Hello, my beautiful souls. This is Moon Seeker Flight Guardian, and today I'm doing a divine masculine in a karmic or third party situation. So, we're going to look at what's going on for the divine masculine in this connection, how the divine masculine feels towards this karmic or this third party situation, and how the divine masculine feels currently towards the divine feminine. So, if you're easily triggered and you don't want to know this kind of things, then this is not the reading for you. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates, leave the rest. If this is not your story, it is not your story, so don't try to make things fit. So let's get to it. I do use he and she when I talk about the divine masculine and divine feminine, but those are only energies. They're not indication of gender. They're just energies. So please don't confuse the two either. So, what is the current energy in this karmic or third party situation? What is the current energy? We have here lessons. So there are some lessons that are being dished out. Lessons being dished out. What else do we have? We also have here worst fears. So people's worst fears are being triggered as well. This so that they can transmute them and put them to rest. We have here vulnerable. This is also so people can become more vulnerable and be able to be naked, mind, body, and soul, and to be able to reach out when they need to reach out and ask for help, perhaps. But we'll get clarifiers for these. And we have here haunted. So whatever thing they were running away from, whatever shadows that was haunting them and they ran away from, I feel like these shadows are coming back around. This is all so that they can break free from what haunts them, what keeps them back, what keeps them running, or for some of them, what keeps them in the shadows. So why is this the energy? Why are they having to learn these lessons? Why are they having to relive their worst fears? Why are they being taught how to strip down and be vulnerable? And I feel like here, like the current energy for this connection is that, you know, currently it's full into play, as in they are learning the lessons. The karma is being played out. They're learning to transmute their worst fears, to face them, deal with them, and lay them to rest. So they can no longer be haunted. So they can reach out to the divine feminine, perhaps, reach out to friends and family, be more vulnerable. The first card that flies out here is Ace of Wands. This is happening so that there can be new beginnings, new passionate beginnings. This could be beginnings by themselves or with you, the divine feminine. But again, we'll draw more cards than that. We have Two of Wands now. This is about making a decision. Making a decision and like making plans, planning on, you know, where do we go now? What do we do next? It's time to move forward. This Ace of Wands is about bringing the spark back. What I'm getting from this is the current energy of this karmic or third party situation is that they're learning the lessons, or the lessons have been learned, and it's time to move on. It's time to move on from each other because they both have learned the lessons. They both have better things waiting for them. The karmic has better things waiting for them. The karmic has their divine counterpart waiting for them, and the divine masculine has the divine feminine waiting on them. They don't want to go back to the divine feminine with their shadows and they're being haunted and not unable to be vulnerable. I feel like these are the lessons. Well, this is actually what I'm getting there from spirit. These are the lessons that they have learned. what's going on right now, the current energy in the connection is that they're learning the lessons, or lessons have been learned for some of you. So some of them, they've completed this karmic cycle. What they have learned here specifically, and most importantly, is there to tackle their worst fears, to know what to do, how to transmute, how to be able to move on, living authentically and unafraid, even though there is this worst fears, all the worst fears. They find a way to cope. They found a way to be vulnerable without being like dependent. They've learned how to strip down naked mind, body, and soul so they can come to their divine counterpart and be vulnerable, be open, be truly transparent in a different way than they have before. They're learning how to reach out to their divine counterpart, to their divine feminines, to be able to open the doors of communication. They've learned to transmute all the things that have been haunting them, to deal with them rather than ignore them. So now they're coming back for a new beginning, a new passionate beginning, to put the spark back into the connection with the divine feminine. They're making plans as to how to do this, as to how to move forward. They're making decisions. We have here 5 of Cups. What I'm getting from this is that they're no longer going to be focusing on the 3 cups that are spilt over, but the 2 that are still standing. They're not going to focus on the loss. They're going to focus on what's there, because they've learned this in this karmic cycle. What else do we have? We have here the Knight of Pentacles. They are reaching out. They're going to reach out and bring you this pentacle, bring you this offer, this solid offer. But the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy. The Knight of Pentacles takes its time. This horse isn't even moving. This horse is standing still. It's going to take some time. It could even take up to years. But they are going to reach out. They're going to make that voyage, the voyage towards you. And when they do come, it's going to be stable. It's going to be abundant. And we have here the Empress at the end here. This is the divine feminine. They're birthing something new. They're tapping into their own divine feminine energy, and they're birthing something new with this Ace of Wands here and the divine feminine. They're fertilizing a new idea. They're giving birth to a new beginning for all of them. Bottom of the deck here we have the Devil in reverse, and this for me, and I'm not reading reversals in this reading here, but I just couldn't ignore this. They're cutting ties to anything that keeps them bound and shackled. They're cutting all those ties. So how does the divine masculine feel towards the karmic partner or the third party person? How does the divine masculine feel? The first card that comes out here is appreciation. And I'm getting this. They appreciate everything that they have learned in terms of the karma they've cleared and the karmic lessons they have learned with this karmic partner or this third party person. They appreciate that. They understand that now better. We have here apart. And they know that now that the time has come for them to go their separate ways, they're like, it's time for us to go our separate ways. We've done what we've came here to do. We have fulfilled our soul contract. It's time for us now to be on our way, to the next chapter, to the next step of our fate, to align to our fate, to go towards what was destined for us. And we have here crumbling. Yeah, it's time to break this down. It's time to break this connection down, because it's time to build new foundations, new beliefs. It's time to find balance again. Balance within and without. So how does the karmic partner feel towards the divine masculine? How does the karmic partner or third party person feel towards the divine masculine? So way too many cards. We have here confidence. So we have this mirroring purple energy here, and I'm feeling like crown chakra here. But they're feeling confident. They're feeling I feel like they have regained their confidence. They've regained something to the divine masculine, and towards the divine masculine, they feel a little bit. They're confident. They're sure about something. I don't know what. We'll pull some cards on that, but they're very confident about something when it comes to the divine masculine. They're just waiting for something. They're confident and they're waiting for something. Well, how does the karmic or third party person feel towards the divine masculine? We have here divine help. They perhaps feel like the divine masculine needs divine intervention, which is happening. They can perhaps feel like the divine masculine needs like help from above. There's something. They perhaps feel like the divine masculine is sinking. They can't see through this. We have fruitful here as well. They see that the divine masculine is abundant. Abundant. I want one more card with fruitful here. I got two. We have thoughts and leap. So how they feel, I feel like they have these feelings towards the divine masculine. I feel like they're very confident that there's going to be some kind of change once this divine help steps in. They're waiting for something. I feel like they're waiting to take this leap of faith, or they can see that the divine masculine is feeling very abundant, very fruitful, very like he can see the fruits of his labor, all the hard work he's been putting in with the karmic of the third party, all the lessons being learned. He's now ready to take a leap of faith. He's been thinking a lot about, what's happening next. So let's have a look at this confidence here. What is this confidence and waiting about? What is this confidence and waiting about that the karmic and third party is feeling? We have here Death, the Hermit, and Four of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is that the karmic or third party person is very confident that the divine masculine has going through this transformation. They're going through this death and this rebirth. They're going through this metamorphosis, and they're going to transform and come out the other way single with this number nine, number of solitude. They're going within, seeking their own inner guidance, finding their truth, shifting those foundations and beliefs that no longer serve them, whatever they're holding on to. The karmic is very confident that the divine masculine is going to shift this. So I feel like the karmic or the third party person is like cheering on the divine masculine. I feel like the karmic has gotten to the place where they need to be, as in they have gone through their transformation, the things that they need to do. That's for some of them. For other of them, I'm feeling some kind of sinister energy here. I'm feeling a sinister energy, as in they are like confident that perhaps they're going to fail. They're just waiting for the divine masculine to fail this transformation, fail building new foundations, fail bringing about this change that they need. Why am I getting this energy of sinister behavior from the karmic? Why is this? Well, the top card here is reconnection, my forever love, and moving on. We also have here dependency. And we have Oh, enchantment. This is exactly what I was feeling here. So for some of them, not all the karmics, some of the karmics, they have stepped into their own power. They stepped onto their own journey and they're ready to leave this as well. For others, they are still trying to have this enchantment over the divine masculine. They don't want there to be a reconnection for the divine masculine and the divine feminine, because they know that the divine feminine is the divine masculine's forever love. They don't want this to happen. So they're like trying to keep the masculine dependent. They're trying to keep the masculine enchanted. But the thing is that the masculine is moving on. The masculine is moving on. For the karmics that haven't healed, for the karmics that are struggling to step into their journey and their own power, this is what they're up to. They're trying to keep this dependency going, trying to keep this enchantment going. They are confident in that the divine masculine is going to fail, or they're confident because they have set booby traps. They're doing everything they can to stop this reconnection with the forever love. So let's get some messages. Let's get some messages. Actually, first, let's see how the divine masculine feels towards the divine feminine. What does the divine masculine feel towards the divine feminine? It's a mirror. Cards here, lessons. But lessons are well. And this is spirit confirming that, yes, they have gone through those karmic cycles. They have learned their lessons and they're now ascending. They're now ascending to another level where they can start taking off their masks. They have no longer any need for these masks and they're taking them off because they are going towards the divine feminine. We have here abandoned. They are also, one of the biggest things for them was this abandonment issues they had. They have healed most of it, but they know that some of it goes back to the divine feminine because they abandoned the divine feminine. Even if it was the other way around, they feel like they did abandon the divine feminine by going into this karmic relationship, and they want to heal that. They perhaps want to bring the lessons they learned about abandonment to the divine feminine. We also have here big dreams. They have big dreams when it comes to the divine feminine. They have a lot planned. They're ready to take the mask off. They're ready to no longer be in an energy where they are keeping the fear of abandonment from having a true, full connection with the divine feminine. What else do we have here? We have the answer is no and grief. They're not bringing you any more griefs, divine feminines. They're done hurting you. They're done making you cry. The answer is no. No, they're not bringing you grief. Of course, this is a general reading, so this might not be for everyone. This won't be everyone's path. If they come back unhealed, unwhole, there will be grief. But bottom of the deck here, we have regret. They're coming back and they're going to right some wrongs. They're going to right some wrongs that they know that they owe the divine feminine. So lastly now, let's get some messages. Some messages on this entire thing, this whole karmic or third party situation. We have here, I felt vulnerable with you. I wasn't ready for that. So with you, even though they've learned a lesson now about vulnerability and being all naked, they felt that with you. They weren't ready for it. They weren't prepared for being put in that position, being put in those emotions. They perhaps never really did that, but with you it came so naturally because they felt so home and so safe and secure with you. So that triggered them and they ran. I'm operating from a place of fear. And we saw that, but I'm feeling that this is past tense now. They were operating from a place of fear. That's why they wouldn't allow themselves to be vulnerable around you. That's why they didn't want you to see them completely, transparently. What else do we have here? All my worst fears are being brought forward. Yes, we saw that again. The worst fears, this is confirmation from spirit. The worst fears were what they needed to transmute and learn from. Temptation is what led them there, led them to this karmic partner or this third party person, but also to learn these lessons. Limiting beliefs are getting the best of me. Again, this is past tense. It was their limiting beliefs that got the better of them and led them down this path. And now they have transmuted that. Now they have dealt with all of those limiting beliefs, the doubts, the fears, so that they can stand up and rise up in their power. I have accepted unhealthy boundaries for far too long. So now they're going to no longer accept unhealthy boundaries. That comes with any and all people, places, and things in their lives. They have learned the lessons now on the importance of having good boundaries. I feel fractured. I'm feeling this is also again past tense. They felt fractured because they were operating from a place of fear, because they were operating from a wanting to hide who they truly were, hide their vulnerability, hide all those kind of things. And we have here, they're so destructive. I know I need to walk away. This is for the karmic and third party people who are in the energy of wanting to set them up to fail. These people, they know, the divine masculines who are in that situation, they know how destructive they are. They know that they are trying to get in the way of this, and they know that they need to walk away from it. We have here, I have so many regrets. I'm turning them into teachable moments. So all those regrets they had that we saw there, I think we saw it here, they have these regrets. They're turning them into teachable moments, and they're learning from them. They're learning from them so that they can come back to you better healed and whole. And lastly, here we have, my buttons are being pushed in order for me to learn how to love. And it's all about my pride and ego. So it was their pride and ego that took them to where they went with this karmic partner and this third party person. But then their buttons got pushed, so that they could learn how to love not only themselves, but learn love the divine feminine. Love the divine feminine in a way that is authentic and 100% real. So guys, that was today's reading. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys are interested in a personal reading, all the information you need is in the description box below. Please like, comment, subscribe, share if you feel so inclined, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching again. Bye.